Ever wonder how a single gunshot could ignite a war that claimed over 20 million lives and redrew the world map? It sounds like something out of a movie, but it's exactly how World War I began. Stick with me, and in the next 10 minutes, we'll unravel the incredible story of the Great War, from that fateful shot to its world-changing end. Picture Europe in the early 1900s. It was a powder keg waiting to explode. Tensions were high, with countries forming powerful alliances. On one side, you had the Triple Entente: France, Russia, and Great Britain. On the other, the Triple Alliance: Germany, Austria-Hungary, and Italy. These alliances were like a complex web of promises. If one country got into a fight, its allies were sworn to jump in. Nationalism was also on the fire, with people feeling immense pride in their countries and a desire to prove their nation's strength. On top of that, major powers were scrambling to build empires, competing for colonies and resources all over the globe. The stage was set for a massive conflict. All it needed was a spark. That spark came on June 28, 1914. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, was visiting Sarajevo, a city in Bosnia. A young Serbian nationalist named Gavrilo Princip saw this as an opportunity. He assassinated the Archduke and his wife Sophie. Austria-Hungary was furious, and with a blank check of support from its powerful ally Germany, issued a harsh ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia, backed by Russia, couldn't agree to all the demands. On July 28, 1914, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. This is where the dominoes began to fall fast. Russia mobilized its army to defend Serbia. Germany, seeing Russia's mobilization, declared war on Russia. Then, Germany declared war on France, Russia's ally. Germany's war plan, the Schlieffen Plan, involved a lightning-fast invasion of France by marching through neutral Belgium. When German troops entered Belgium, Great Britain, which had promised to protect Belgium's neutrality, declared war on Germany. Within a few weeks, what started as a regional dispute had spiraled into a full-blown European war. The two sides were now known as the Central Powers, led by Germany and Austria-Hungary, and the Allied Powers, led by France, Britain, and Russia. Everyone thought the war would be over by Christmas. They were tragically wrong. The German advance into France was halted at the Battle of the Marne. Both sides dug in, creating a massive line of trenches that stretched for 475 miles from the North Sea to the Swiss border. This became known as the Western Front. Life in the trenches was horrific. Soldiers faced constant shelling, machine gun fire, mud, rats, and disease. For years, generals on both sides ordered massive assaults, sending millions of men over the top into no man's land, a barren wasteland between the trenches. Attacks like the Battle of the Somme and the Battle of Verdun resulted in staggering casualties for very little territorial gain. The war became a brutal stalemate, a war of attrition where the goal was to wear down the enemy. While the Western Front is the most famous, the war was fought on multiple fronts. By 1917, Russia was on the brink of collapse. The war had devastated its economy and led to massive loss of life. The Russian Revolution broke out, the Tsar was overthrown, and the new Bolshevik government, led by Vladimir Lenin, signed a peace treaty with Germany, pulling Russia out of the war. The war also saw the introduction of terrifying new technologies. Machine guns made charging across open ground suicidal. Heavy artillery could rain down shells for days on end. Poison gas was used for the first time, causing agonizing deaths. Tanks were developed by the British to cross no man's land, and airplanes, initially used for scouting, were soon armed for dogfights in the sky. German U-boats, or submarines, prowled the Atlantic, sinking Allied supply ships. For the first few years, the United States remained neutral, though it was supplying the Allies with weapons and goods. But two key events in 1917 changed everything. First, Germany resumed unrestricted submarine warfare, sinking any ship heading to Britain, including American civilian vessels. The sinking of the Lusitania 2 years earlier had already angered Americans, and this was the final straw. Second, British intelligence intercepted the Zimmermann telegram. This was a secret message from Germany to Mexico, proposing an alliance against the United States. If Mexico joined the war, Germany promised to help it reclaim territory in Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. The public was outraged. In April 1917, the United States declared war on Germany, joining the Allied powers. The arrival of fresh American troops, known as doughboys, gave the exhausted Allies a much-needed boost in morale and manpower. At the same time, the Central Powers were starting to crumble from within. Years of fighting and a British naval blockade had led to severe food and supply shortages in Germany and Austria-Hungary. In the fall of 1918, the Allies launched a major offensive, the 100 Days Offensive, which pushed the German army back. With its allies collapsing and its people starving and rioting at home, Germany's military leaders realized the war was lost. The German Kaiser abdicated and fled the country. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918, Germany signed an armistice, an agreement to stop fighting. The Great War was finally over. The aftermath was devastating. Empires that had existed for centuries, the Austro-Hungarian, the Ottoman, the German, and the Russian, were gone. The map of Europe was completely redrawn, with new countries like Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia emerging. The peace treaty, the Treaty of Versailles, was signed in 1919. It was incredibly harsh on Germany. Germany was forced to accept full blame for the war, pay massive reparations, give up its colonies, and drastically reduce its military. World War I was meant to be the war to end all wars. Sadly, it became the prologue to an even deadlier conflict. It fundamentally changed the world, ushering in an era of new technologies, new political ideologies, and a new, more uncertain world order. And that's the epic story of World War I in 10 minutes. From a single assassination to a global catastrophe that reshaped our modern world. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. Thanks for watching.